Hey, Jordan just said
Morning.
smile. Hey, everybody.
Everybody's frowning.
Um,
Everybodybody's frowning right before, everybody's like,
good job, Jordan. So we are live on many places, and Tom and Michelle and Jordan, and so Kenny. I'm so bummed. Kenny's probably not watching, but Kenny has left the building, so to speak. Kenny, it's his last day on Maui, and he's going up to hike in a forest with his brother and some friends, and they are going to hit the plane tonight and fly back to the mainland. And then they're going to do a cross the country trip. So if you're somewhere in the country and you see Kenny driving down the road in a little silver car, it's him.
that was good. We went, it was Kenny's birthday also. When was it? On
Saturday.
Saturday. So we went out to Maui Bruco.
Yep.
For those of you that, that's one of my favorite places. I'm so glad we went there because it still feels kind of pre-COVID. I mean, it's spaced out. There's enough tables to where it's spaced out, but there's enough people, and the food is great, and the beer was great, and Kenny had a great time.
Yeah, it was nice.
And last for us, so yeah, super fun.
So yeah, I agree. I think it is a nice little spot up there. They got live entertainment. You're outside and inside, either or. And it's really cool at Maui Bruco in their dining room. They've got these big garage doors. I think there's 5 of them, and when right after the sun goes down, they roll the garage doors up so they're not running out AC. And it's a cool spot. We had a good time. It is a little bit funky. You got to walk in and place your order, and you get your beers there, and then they bring the food out. But they're adapting, and that's what everybody has to do right now.
I think the best part about that is that it's walking distance for you, Tom. So you didn't have to monitor your beer.
I like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right, and that's true. We did walk there. It's about a block from my house, so that was a bonus. Had nothing to do why I bought the house in that neighborhood, Hokulani Golf Village. Nothing to do with it. But it is a bonus. I love where I live too. So what's happening? It's like crazy town here in Hawaii. The governors are going rogue. The mayors are going rogue. The governor is telling the mayors they can't do things, and so it's just a little bit of a, as I like to call it, a shit show. We're supposed to be opening up in 10 days? No, 8 days, and things are a little bit off the rails. So, what have you guys heard lately?
Yeah, so I mean, on Facebook randomly, one of my friend works at the Kona Airport on the Big Island, and he said he doesn't know what's going on either, but he said that all of a sudden Big Island mayor said that they don't want people coming in without the pre-testing. They want people to still have to quarantine
for 14 days, right?
For 14 days. So it's interesting that one island can opt out of it when the rest have to, or supposedly.
And after we heard this, and then I went and did some research, and they said that Mayor Kim said he's opting out of the 14-day quarantine. But on Kauai, the mayor there was saying, hey, we want everybody to test before you get on the plane and then test when you get off the plane. And Governor Ige said, no, you can't do that. So he denied that. But now I haven't heard anything from Ige if he's going to tell the Big Island, no, you can't opt out of the people flying in. I mean, then this is sort of BS for that mayor. And all these restaurants and these hotels are all starting to gear up based on the announcement that was made weeks ago, and they're just pulling the sheet out from it, and that's a huge expense. I mean, it's already cost everybody a lot of money, and most of the cases that I don't know. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but I just think that we need to get open because one of the other things I saw in the article was there's 11,000 people right now in the state of Hawaii that are late on their rent. And so that's all the service employees, that's all the people that are working at the hotels, the people that are working in the restaurants. And this is just crushing us.
Anyway. It's messy, and it just looks messy because they make the announcement to say, hey, we're opening on the 15th, and then all of a sudden 8 days before they're saying Big Island they're obviously having problems coming to an agreement, and it's we're talking right before this, and it doesn't look good because it just seems scrambled. It's like chickens with their heads cut off running around. It's like it's doesn't seem organized. So it's. But Maui's still on the. We're still on track, I think, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from our mayor, and I'm just hopeful that he just sees the value in getting open and figuring out how to work through it. I mean, no matter what, it's going to be messy when we reopen up. It's messy everywhere when they start to reopen. This is an unprecedented situation, but you got to start. I mean, it's like, you just got to start the process to figure it out. And so then we were talking last week, and we tasked Michelle with finding out what if you get on the plane or you get tested and all of a sudden you're on the plane and you find out you get here, you're positive. Michelle, what did you come up with for what happens if you end up being positive for COVID-19 and you're en route?
Yeah, so luckily they're not just gonna send you back. Whenever you get here, if you're positive at any time, you just have to isolate until at least 10 days have passed since any symptoms appeared and all of your symptoms are improved, pretty much until you're all better. And from the Hawaii Department of Health, it goes really into detail. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick.
Okay. And where did you find this at? What's the
Hawaii Department of Health.
Okay.
So stay home except to get medical care. Pretty much just isolate, avoid anyone. And also you have to report anyone that you came in contact with up to 2 days before you were sick.
So they can trace it.
Mm-hmm.
Contact tracing. Except do we even have contact tracers here?
I don't know.
Okay.
They are they going to monitor, or did they say they're going to keep in touch with the people that get positive, or is it just kind of?
Well, yeah, who knows? Did they say anything in there, Michelle?
So pretty much it's the same as when you're in the 14-day quarantine, like as if you didn't get the test, except now you're confirmed positive, so you just have to quarantine until you're better.
Got it. Okay. And then we were talking about, my wife is on the mainland and she's been looking at getting tests, and that's sort of a bit of a mess too, because the CVS, so she called the CVS and it's like, well, we don't have anything yet, we don't know. And it's like, what? Why not? So they're going to start scheduling testing for CVS. This is she talked to the main CVS office on the mainland. She said they're going to start scheduling testing on the 10th is when you can sign up. You can't even sign up for it yet, supposedly. Now they may have changed that because they're probably getting a lot of pressure to get things figured out. But there has been a lack of communication. Then she called the mayor's office, and apparently they was like, well, you need to call the governor's office, and we don't know. And and apparently my wife sort of went off on the lady working at the mayor's office. And then she sent a letter to the governor and signed our name. She goes, I just want you to know in case they come out looking for you. But I mean, that's the only way things happen. And he said, why isn't the mayor's office making the phone calls to CVS and getting the information and getting the process started and taking care of it so that they're answering the questions, so when people call, they have the answers instead of saying, oh, I don't know, you got to call. It's like, come on, we pay you to take care of this crap. I mean, I don't know. It's just, needless to say, we are not real thrilled with our government. It just really seems that they're disorganized, misinformed, uninformed, whatever it is. They don't communicate between the governors. And, we are a unique world here where we're islands as opposed to contiguous connected state. And by that, I mean, like, we're in Illinois, you can drive from city and county without doing anything. Here, everything is isolated. I
think it took something like this to make them realize that they're not really on the same page, overall. Because before this, I mean, it didn't really matter. But now all of a sudden, which is a good thing, because as a state, we should be, or as a state, we should be connected and on the same page. So
yeah,
it'll be a wake-up call,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jordan.
Hopefully it's a wake-up call to them, and hopefully but yeah, we're a little frustrated.
And it's I think it's really clear too that it is not just it's not just the island or the islands of Hawaii that are a mess. The states across the country are doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Some people think it's great. Some people think it's crazy. I know that, in California, I just saw something on the news where they said you should take your mask off, take your bite of food, and put your mask back on if you're at a restaurant. So, they're creating all of these rules, and I think a lot of it is based out of fear, and that's I've been preaching that for a long time, that it's all fear, and I think it's a function of, I hate to say this, but it's a function of politicians on both sides of the fence spewing information that's inaccurate. And, we have the stimulus package now has been stymied and everybody's blaming everybody. But yet there's 11,000 people just in the state of Hawaii that can't pay their rent, that really need some assistance. And then we've got governments that are trying to figure out, should they open or not open. It's, hopefully, I think we're getting through this. We'll see what happens as things get colder. The good news is it's not going to get colder in Hawaii, guys. Woo woo!
Hey.
So come on.
This is gonna be Michelle's first winter here, huh?
Yes, I'm so excited.
So
Coldest it'll get in Kihei is probably 61 degrees, maybe. No, maybe not even.
Not even.
60,
that's pretty cool.
70,
67.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so everybody who's planning on coming out, I've been making a list and checking it twice. So if you're watching and you're heading out to Maui, do me a favor and send us a message, send us an email, a text. Let us know when you're going to be here. It would be so nice to connect with you. If you're thinking you want to buy something here, obviously let us know right away so that we can start the process. If you're already in my system and you're flying out, meaning in Brett, Jordan, or mine's updating system, let us know what you're thinking. If you're reevaluating buying or selling here, let us know. We'll keep you in the loop on what's happening. I am feeling, Jordan, we talk sometimes about, you ever stood over a pot of water that's on the fire and you see the bubbles on the bottom of the pot, but it isn't boiling yet? I think I feel like that's where it's at. I'm getting a lot of people reaching out to me, buyers that have been looking and waiting, and they say, oh, we don't want to buy until I get there. And that speaks to the data that we pulled up just a little bit ago. So statistically, for vacation rentals, the residential homes have been, as soon as they hit the market, they're selling. It's been just nuts. I think I've sold 6 or 7 now that were sight unseen, either representing the buyers or the sellers. But we really haven't been doing a lot in the condos, and now we're starting to feel the pressure.
Well, specifically vacation rentable condos.
Thank you.
Yeah, residential condos have been moving, but
yeah. What were the stats on that?
Right now in South Maui, there are 209 active vacation rentable condos. There's 61 pending as of today.
Wow.
Which you said that when last time you checked?
Last time I checked about 2 weeks ago, there were 225 active, which was the highest I'd ever seen it as I've been checking. And there were only 44 pending. So we're seeing, that now people are buying more actively and there's not as much listings. So just like we said, as we get closer to opening day, sort of like baseball, so we get closer to opening day, we're going to start to see the inventory be depleted because the people are buying it pre-arrival, so that they're buying it, flying out, then doing their inspection and confirming the purchase. So a little bit more challenging, a little bit scarier for a seller, but there's been a lot of sellers that have wanted to sell. So I think that done right and managed through the process, we can pull that off if you're a buyer. So
yeah, I mean, just for example, I just put a vacation rentable unit under contract. These guys have been looking for a while, and all of a sudden I sent them an update and say, hey, like the state's opening up on the 15th. They said, hey, let's get in an offer before that happens.
Ahead of the curve.
Yeah, there's people jumping off the fence now that previously were like, we'll just kind of wait, but they know, or they're predicting that the market's gonna be a lot different come late October or so. So it's interesting.
And they're going to be able to rent it too. It's not going to sit vacant like they've been sitting vacant. So now they can jump back in. The startup is going to probably be interesting with getting new rentals and everything. But if you're ready to go, and you got a property manager, I think, or you're on Airbnb, there's no restrictions to renting your condo to somebody effective October 16th or 15th when it opens up, as long as they've pre-tested. And I don't know what the process will be, but and I don't think anybody does. I'm actually tentatively planning on heading out of town Friday to San Diego and then flying back on the 16th, because I'm doing this just for our customers and our clients and our friends so that I can experience this and let everybody know what to expect.
That's the only reason you're doing this? Wow, so
Yep,
selfless.
the only reason. Selfless, exactly. I am gonna put myself in harm's way, in the fire, in the middle of it all, just
What a guy.
to experience it, so that I can then bring it, and then next Wednesday that I will definitely be sharing with our Facebook audience, and if the mayor and the governor are watching, I'll let them know how good or bad they did too.
Right. That's actually, I mean, it's going to be interesting for you to you're going to experience all of it firsthand. And when are you coming back? 16th, right?
16th is my scheduled return date. I was going to do the 15th, and I thought, well, that would just be suicide. I figured I'd be in the airport till the 16th anyway if I came back on the 15th. So, so I'm sure they still won't have it all figured out. But you know what? It's a process, and I'm so excited that it's hopefully happening. In the event that things change after I leave and I can't get back, I'll get back eventually.
We'll hold down the fort, huh?
Yeah, and Michelle's just started, and she's saying thanks, T-Zach. Nice guy you are. But
trial by fire, man.
That's it, man. Jump in head first. So, all right. And then, but exciting, we got a showing on our Montage Unit today. Changing gears. Somebody's in town, and I think they came in quarantined. That's the other thing. I've been meeting several people in the showings that we have been doing that have flown in, did their 14-day quarantine, and started looking at real estate. So, I think that's pretty cool. But today we're doing a showing at our Montage Unit, which is up in Kapalua. And it's just a spectacular unit. I'm going to take Michelle up so she can check it out. But it's 4 bedrooms. It's 3 bedrooms and a den, 3,000 square feet, right on the ocean. Just simply spectacular.
Montage, I think it's for the clients that really want to kind of get away in their own little, it's so luxury, and it seems private over there.
It's super private.
Amazing. I mean, if you haven't, for those of you watching, if you don't know what the Montage is, look, you should post a link or something. Yeah. I mean, it's something else. It's really one of the nicest products out on Maui. So
yeah, it's gorgeous. And they allow vacation rentals. Montage is a hotel chain that they manage it. And this unit is rented by a different company than Montage, but still. And they generated, I think in the last few years, on average, somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000 in revenue. So it's a lot of money. Anyways, so we're going to do that today and check it out and enjoy a cruise down the Poly.
Post some pictures to the lifestyle or to our Facebook page. That way people can.
Michelle, she's going to help us with that. Yeah, Michelle's got the power now to post on there, so and she's got the phone, and she's going to start. So you'll see some stuff from her as well.
Exciting too. The whales are coming back soon too. It's almost. Usually they come back late October, early November. That'll be perfect timing for people coming back. That's going to be really cool. For
Thanksgiving.
So. Hey, Michelle, this is only your second time.
Right, I haven't seen him.
First whale season, first winter.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. Really amazing. And you know what? Whales are pretty darn big.
Yes, they are, Tom. Thanks for that little. Yeah.
Just in case you guys didn't know, whales are pretty darn big. All right. Next Wednesday, I may or may not be on the show. I may or not. I don't know where I'll be at that point. It might be Jordan and Michelle. It might be me and Jordan and Michelle. Who knows? Who knows? Kenny could be on the show from the road somewhere. We just don't know what's going to happen.
That's exciting.
We're excited to be bringing everybody what's going on. And if you have questions for us, shoot us a message, shoot us a text. Jordan, how do they reach you?
808-264-4123.
And I'm 808-280-2055. So, aloha, everybody. Have an amazing day.
Take care, guys. Aloha.
And there's all kinds of stuff on my screen. I can't get to the end broadcast button. So I'm